Thank you. Namaskar. Varnanam Arthasanhanam Rasanam Chandasamaphi Mangalanam Chakartaro Vande Vani Vinayako. गोस्वामी तुलसीदास जी ने भी जब प्रारंभ किया तो अर्थ वर्ण अक्षर के स्वामी की वंदना की, तभी वो इतना उत्कृष्ट ग्रंथ लिख सके। और इनके स्वामियों के ये नहीं कहा कि आप सब कुछ शुभ करिए शुरू से, पहले से ये कहा कि इनके स्वामी की मैं वंदना करता हूँ। तो हम लोग भी उनके स्वामी की वंदना करते हैं और वी थैंक गॉड ऑलमाइटी for giving us a nice weather for all the 3 days. We were having our fingers crossed. We were waiting the sun to shine, which actually did. It shone right from the beginning of our conference. We are on the 3rd day of the 3rd World Ramayana Conference, and this is the opening session, and we welcome you all. माँ नर्मदा के पवित्र स्निग्ध वात्सल्य से सिक्त इस भूमि पर और महान संतों की परंपरा में आदरणीय दीदी और साध्वी संतों के आशीर्वचन से सिक्त इस सभागार में आप सबों का हार्दिक स्वागत है। समय बर्बाद किए बिना मैं आगे बढ़ना चाहता हूँ। एंड नाउ आई विल स्विच ऑन टू इंग्लिश। सिटिंग अमॉन्ग द पैनल इज पद्मश्री आचार्य चिरापत Prapanna Vidya. Thank you, Achan, for joining us. We were much honored and pleasantly surprised when the Honorable Prime Minister of India mentioned your name in the Man Ki Baat. And it gave us much pleasure because the work which you are doing, pioneering work which you are doing with your colleagues who are sitting here and some other people who are not here at the moment, and that pioneering work has been recognized. The work done in Thailand and other parts of Southeast Asia has been recognized in India by none other than the Honorable Prime Minister of India. Thank you, Achan. Congratulations once again, and thank you very much for your kind presence here. We have several beautiful personalities from Thailand. We saw an excellent dance performance yesterday. And can you imagine a dean of an university showing so much of prolific genius of her talent and then keeping the audience spellbound, whether it is the student of an university or whether it is the auditorium of a theater. I will begin from the left-hand side, Dr. Karuna Sharma. Dr. Karuna Sharma has been a professor in Thailand for 3 years, and then she has come back to India, and she has been richly associated with the development of Indo-Thai relationship in the cultural and literary aspects. Sitting next to her is Sri Sushil Dhanuka ji, an executive director of a very, I can say, profiteering and well-known business company, who has spent much of his time, devotes much of his time in strengthening the cultural relationship between India and Thailand. He is the prime mover behind both he and Achan Chirapat are the persons behind the development and the progressive work being done by the IndoThai Cultural Society. The Hindi name is Bharat Thailand Sanskritik Sansthan, Sanskritik Ashram. The Hindi name is Bharat Thailand Sanskritik Ashram, which was established by the blessings of Nobel laureate Rabindranath Tagore, who sent Satyanand Puri ji for that purpose. And this place has been visited by Netaji and his followers. Now, Dhanuka ji is also associated with the Thailand Hindi Parishad. He began the Thailand Hindi Parishad, so to say, with us, and then he is pioneering that work. Behind his success is Induji sitting among the audience, and both of them are teaching students, Thai students, teaching Hindi to Thai students. We began with 3 students, I remember, long ago. Yesterday, Dhanukaji is telling there are 203 students now, Thai students who are learning Hindi. And they spend, though they are very busy, but they spend a lot of their time in improving, in transferring this knowledge and interacting with them. Next to them, Achan is a dean, a scholar, and always a very kind, smiling person, braving the change of flight, change of aircraft, and traversing long distances. She arrived here with a smiling face from the country of a smile, land of a smiles, to India. Welcome, Achan. Thank you very much for our apology for the difficulties which you had to face yesterday. Then, Achan Sombat, the director of Sanskrit Study Center of, it is not Bangkok, but we can say it is the periphery of Bangkok in Thailand, and he had done a lot of pioneering work. And one beautiful thing with them, and let me first introduce Achan Narirat, whom you have seen yesterday in a different form. Then, she is also a dean, a prolific, a brilliant dancer, which we saw yesterday, her performance, and has been devoted to the development of cultural aspects of Indo-Thai relationship. Next to them is Achan Kittipong, the young man, so to say, the youngest among us, and I think about 7-8 years ago, and he is a student of Mr. Dhanuka and Mrs. Dhanuka and Achan Chirapat. His gurus are sitting here. And about 10 years ago, 7 years ago, I think, somebody asked me, I listened myself, hey, Kittipong, when you will marry? And the reply he gave, I will quote, I remember the reply, मेरी शादी तो हिंदी से हो चुकी है. Achan Kittipong is doing his PhD in Northeastern University, and now currently in Shillong. Very soon we will address him as Dr. Kittipong. Welcome, Sawadee Khap, welcome. My name is Amrin Narayan. I am a friend of Dr. Gumashta. Now the Indo-Thai Forum, the idea of establishing Indo-Thai Forum was mooted out. It suddenly goes back to zero. It goes back to zero again.
Yes.
No. If it again goes back. Anyway, we will try to work out.
Yes.
Okay. I will use this one.
Yes.
This key is better. So the idea to establish Indo-Thai Ramayana Forum was mooted out during the first conference itself, and then we worked quietly to develop the cultural aspects of Indo-Thai relationship based upon the concept mentioned in the Ramayana. And then this was further carried on during the second conference, and then Achan Sombat organized a conference in Bangkok about Dr. Gumashta and Raghavendra Bhai and some other persons attended that conference. It was a good combination, a good follow-up of the World Ramayana Conference. During the COVID period also, they organized some online discussions, consultations. Anita is not here. Anita ji also organized a few conferences online. And then, by the grace of God, we are here, and this post-COVID situation gives us an opportunity to continue our work in a more accelerated manner. Now, we all know about Ramayana in India and in Thailand and in other parts of Southeast Asia. So we will not discuss that. What is the objective of the forum? First objective is to provide a convenient platform in which everybody associated with the Ramayana, mostly focusing on the cultural, literary, and social aspects, and they should be brought to a common platform. There are artists, there are scholars, there are writers, there are singers, there are folklore singing people, and there are many, many other people who are working in the secondary periphery, in the tertiary periphery, and they are working for they are influenced somehow or other by the Ramayana. And then the most important thing is to promote the wisdom of right conduct among individuals, among society, among nations, and among the humanity. So we can organize seminars, we can organize courses, we can have several workshops and so many other things. But what is important is the heart-to-heart communication, which goes beyond all this. And this is what has been done here. Last year, since the establishment of the first forum, in the second forum, as many as 18 to 20 persons from Thailand, experts, artists, participated in the World Ramayana Conference. Now also, even due to travel difficulties, bad weather, and so many other situations, adverse situations, they have come and joined here, and some of them have already joined and left. So while we raise the awareness about Ramayana, the artistic value, the cultural value, the literary value, at the same time, we focus on joining hearts, and all of them look like one family. Now what we can do further? First of all, to establish a website. Achan Kittipong had done some work in this line, in this way, and then we need to further strengthen that one, where we can put everything together. Something has been done, but it needs to be further developed. Now, there are many organizations and individuals which are working or are related to or are working in various aspects of the Ramayana. We need to bring them together, and this has been very successfully done by Dr. Gumashta here, where people, our respected reverend saints, academicians, artists, and scholars are all together at one platform in one family. Now, the research work has to be coordinated. A lot of work is being done in various parts of the world, and including in Southeast Asia, but these need to be further coordinated. And then, once they are brought to the same platform, the identity of views has to be promoted further. In this respect, Dr. Karuna Sharma has translated the Ramakirti in Hindi, which was published by the Embassy of India, courtesy Dhanuka ji. And this is one work which we can show how this whole thing has been translated, first by Swamiji, and then its Hindi translation. The author is also here. In Thailand, this is the Ayodhya of Thailand, which we pronounce Ayutthaya. And then these are the inscriptions in the Grand Palace, in the Emerald Buddha, where you can see the murals of Ramayana painting. I have shown only one or two here. Then Ayodhya and Ayutthaya, both are there. This is Chitrakoot. And this is Chitrakoot of Thailand, so to say, Lopburi, the temple dedicated to Hanumanji. Now, sometimes at the banks of Ma Narmada, sometimes at the banks of River Chaupaya, we can meet and discuss the whole thing. Can you imagine the person shown in the picture is sitting in front of you? And then we have seen many actors, brilliant actors, performing brilliantly as doctor. But we seldom see a doctor performing as an actor so brilliantly and so simply, just with simplicity. A person who is so busy with his own profession, in spite of that, in addition to that, organizing such a seminar, and then finding time to present a very sensitive incident from the Ramayana, Ram kaj kinhe bina mohe kahan vishram. So this is how our doctor is performing these days, ably assisted by another doctor who never shows or says that he is a doctor, but for his contribution, we would not have been able to organize and conduct this seminar. And I thank Dr. Grover for your kindness, for your every day he has been standing right from the early morning, 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., from 5 a.m. to late night, and then receiving somebody, seeing off somebody, organizing the various logistics involved, and braving the change of flight, change of itinerary, and so many things. And I have always seen him taking all these things on his stride with a smile, very pleasant smile. Thank you very much, doctor. And then we thank you all for your presence here. With this brief introduction, I request the panel to proceed ahead with the discussions. Thank you very much. We have a mic here. Achan Rapat.
Maybe I'm sitting here better. Respected saint, distinguished scholar, ladies and gentlemen, again appear on the stage. I would like to tell you about my life that involved in the Ramayana. I learned this whole story about the Ramayana from my father when I was about 8 years old. I remember all, but it is the Thai Ramayana. And I remember still today that he told me that Ramayana belongs to Thailand because we have Ayodhya, we have Lanka, we have Hanuman, everything. And he told me that Hanuman is burning Lanka still today. If you don't believe me, you just close your ear, then you can listen to the burning of the Lanka till today. So I believe that, the story is true. I come to know that the story belongs to India only when I saw the movie produced in India, in Thailand. And when I came to India, I saw many versions of the Ramayana from the movie. And I have involved in the international Ramayana conference many times. When I was the secretary of the Thai Bharat Cultural Law, we have held the second international conference in Bangkok in 1986. And after that, I traveled a lot with Mr. Tanuka to the international Ramayana conference in different parts of the world. That's why, again, I am the first person who translate the dialogue of the very famous movie by Ramanan Saga on the Ramayana. The whole dialogue in Thai language, I translated so that the people in Thailand can understand. Because it has been shown in Thailand also for 1 month. That was long back. So I am very happy that I have contributed a lot to the cause of Ramayana. I have presented a few papers, some of them published on the Thai Ramakien in relation to the Indian Ramayana. And I found that the Thai Ramayana is not directly derived from the Valmiki Ramayana. And apart from that, I try to find the influence of the Valmiki Ramayana through the remain in the some temple, ancient temple in Southeast Asia. I have traveled a lot. And after that, something that we have done for the relation with India is the founding of Sanskrit Study Center at Silpakorn University. At present, Dr. Sombat Mangmi Suksri is the director. So I am proud of being one of the contributors for the strong relation culturally between India and Thailand. Thank you.
Dhanukaji, please.
Distinguished guests and the delegates of Third World Ramayana Conference. First of all, I'm very happy and thanks to Dr. Gumasta to give us the opportunity to have this panel discussion on this stage. As Narayanji has explained the object of this forum, and just now our chairman, Achan Chirapaji, explained his experience. We in Thailand, our Thailand and India is very much related. Thousands of years of our cultural relation and religious relations are there within our two countries, which the panel, today's our discussion purpose is to how to promote, how to enhance this relation on the cultural background. And we also want to make a setu in between India and Thailand on which the culture moves from here to there and there to here. And as Nayanji told that from the Thai Bharat culture laws, which we call Thai Bharat Sanskritik Ashram, which has got the object of bringing these two countries on the cultural background together. And Ramayana is the one thing which is closely related to both the countries. As Charapaji just now told that we have got all these similarities, like you have seen in photo, Hanumanji is taking the mountain in his hand. This is in real in Lopburi in Thailand. There's a place on the mountain, there's a big statue of Hanuman carrying this mountain. They believe that Hanumanji took this medicine from this mountain to Sri Lanka. So it's a great that we have got to Ayutthaya and all these Ramankan. Even you go to the Buddhist temple, Emerald Buddha temple, on the whole temple wall is painted with the Ramayana paintings. So this is the Ramayana is the thing which can relate these two countries together, and we can promote our relation in much better way by having this forum and exchange the cultural activities between these two countries. In the same way, I tell you something about our we have relation with the Ayodhya Sodha Sansthan, which logo is also in the World Ramayana Forum. We have got MOU with the, and what we are doing, we are exchanging the um, our professors from there to here and here to there to speak on the cultural background. Also, we did the painting workshop where the Ramayana-based paintings, the Indian artists went to Thailand, they painted there, and the Thai artists came to Ayodhya, they painted on the, like you are seeing outside the hall, the students are painting the Ramayana painting, which we did the workshop from Thailand to India, and India to Thailand, and it was very much successful. Those paintings with the Thai painters are displayed in Ayodhya here in India, and Indian paintings we have displayed in Lat Krabang College of Dramatic Art in Thailand. So this type of symposium also we can do. Also, this is the third World Conference here in the Jabalpur. We can extend this World Ramayana Conference Jabalpur to the other part of the world, like Sri Lanka, Thailand, Suriname, Guyana, Fiji, all those countries where Ramayana is very well there. And with this conference, so we suggest that Dr. Gumasta plan in future this World Conference to take to other countries, and other countries can be actually nearby. First Southeast Asia, South Asia, then we can go to further to the South Pacific and Europe and all those countries. Because Ramayana is there everywhere. And हम लोगों को उनको खाली अवेयरनेस, जैसा अभी सुबह एक डिस्टिंग्विश स्कॉलर ने बोला, टू मेक अवेयरनेस के लिए ये कॉन्फ्रेंस आर नेसेसरी. दिस टाइप ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंस, सिम्पोजियम्स एंड mutual visit of the professors and scholars is a tool to promote the relation and to make the people awareness about a rich heritage and both countries. We call Thailand mein is a places where a tourist go and see that how deep Rama is there. We did one more, me and Achan Chirapaji did one project where we went to the whole of Thailand and we found the places with the name of Rama. And I think we got 2,600 photos album, and it is in the Ayodhya, in the museum, where the name of Rama is there, either the name of bridge or temple or place or road, or so we found 2,600 places where the name of Ram is there. So, and that collection we presented to the Ayodhya Sodha Sansthan Museum. So this type of also research we can do with the mutual scholars. And let's see, all our professors also give the idea. This is my idea that we should work on this forum very closely and with the cooperation of both the scholars from both the countries. Thank you. Dhanyavad. Jai Shri Ram.
Mr. Sushil Dhanuka has been organizing many Ramayana and Hindi conferences all over the world, more than 25 conferences. So he has a very good experience of organizing Ramayana conferences. And yesterday what he was proposing, that the 4th World Ramayana Conference Jabalpur may be held in Bangkok. The name Jabalpur will be there. So.
Thank you very much. Now, can we listen from Dr. Karuna, please? Your views. If you speak from here, it will be more laudable and more. You want to use your laptop? I see. Then we need some special assistance. Meanwhile, thank you very much, Achan and
पेन ड्राइव पर
Dhanuka.
लेके ट्रांसफर कर दीजिए तो आसान हो जाएगा.
So thank you. So two suggestions have emerged so far. First of all, Dhanuka ji has said that we can think of bringing Ramayana conference to other places as well. And the second thing is, we need to bring people together who are related to the work in various other countries as well, including Southeast Asia and those other countries, in the same platform. The third point, which I would like to see more from Dhanuka ji, that you said one more suggestion, which I could understand, that you want to promote study visits among the Thai people and Indian people, persons from India who are interested in the Ramayana. Unfortunately, we don't have the experts or officers from the tourist department, but respected Bhabiji, Sadar Pranam, and we need your good officers and respected Vishnu Sahab's good officers to get this ITDC and the tourism department of Madhya Pradesh involved in this, so that we can facilitate such types of visits. We had comparison of Chitrakoot with Lopuri, Hanumanji's places visited by Hanumanji. Then we have Chaupaiya and Ma Narmada. We have Ayodhya, we have Ayutthaya. So we already have this semblance, and then we can strengthen it by furthering the study visits and some more work. Now over to Karunaji.
जेहि पर राम जेहि पर कृपा राम की होई, ता पर कृपा करे सब कोई। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, हरहु नाथ सबके संकट भारी। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। राम सिया राम जय जय राम। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मंचस्थ विद्वज्जन एवं सभागार में उपस्थित सभी विद्वज्जन और रामायण प्रेमीजन, सभी को मेरा सादर नमन। इन पंक्तियों में मैंने जो दूसरी वाली पंक्ति थी, मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी, उसमें मम की जगह मैंने सबके संकटों को हरने के लिए ईश्वर से प्रार्थना की है। अपना वक्तव्य आरंभ करने से पहले मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगी तृतीय विश्व रामायण सम्मेलन के आयोजकों, विशेष रूप से आयोजन समिति के अध्यक्ष श्री अजय बिश्नोई जी को और डॉक्टर अखिलेश गुमाश्ता जी को, जिन्होंने इस पावन और पवित्र मंच पर मुझे बोलने का सुनहरा अवसर प्रदान किया। कल से 6 तारीख से आरंभ हुए इस विश्व रामायण सम्मेलन में आपने भारतीय रामायण साहित्य के बारे में बहुत लोगों से सुना, किंतु कल थाईलैंड के प्रसिद्ध विद्वान श्री किटिफोंग जी के माध्यम से आपने रामकियन के ठोसाकन अर्थात दसकंठ के बारे में सुना। आज मैं आपको बताने जा रही हूँ राम कीर्ति, रामाकियन और मूल्यपरक जीवन। अपना वक्तव्य आरंभ करने से पहले मैं आपको थोड़ा सा रामाकियन के बारे में बताना चाहती हूँ। वैसे तो अभी हमारे अमरेंद्र नारायण जी ने भी बताया है, लेकिन थोड़ा सा दोबारा फोकस करना चाहती हूँ कि रामाकियन थाईलैंड का अत्यंत प्रतिष्ठित और गौरवशाली ग्रंथ है। साहित्यिक भी है और सांस्कृतिक भी है। शोधों से ये ज्ञात हो चुका है कि थाईलैंड वासी 13वीं शताब्दी से ही रामायणी साहित्य से परिचित थे। जैसा कि अभी हमारे वक्ताओं ने बताया कि अयोध्या वहाँ पर भी है, तो जब अयोध्या वहाँ पर नष्ट हो गई तो रामायणी साहित्य भी बहुत अधिक मात्रा में नष्ट हो गया। सन 1782 में चक्री वंश के संस्थापक राजा बुद्ध योद्धफा चुलालॉक महान, जो वहाँ पर राजा राम 1 के नाम से प्रसिद्ध हैं, उनके मन में ये विचार आया कि बचे हुए रामायणी साहित्य की रक्षा कैसे की जाए। पड़ोसी देशों द्वारा किए जाने वाले युद्धों से कैसे मुकाबला किया जाए, थाई संस्कृति को साहित्य और कला के क्षेत्र में दोबारा कैसे स्थापित किया जाए। इसके लिए उन्होंने अपने नेतृत्व में थाई विद्वानों और कवियों को आमंत्रित किया, उन्हें संगठित किया और उन्हें इस बात के लिए प्रेरित किया कि रामायण को इस प्रकार रचा जाए कि रामायण की मूल कथा भी सुरक्षित रहे और थाई मान्यताओं और सांस्कृतिक परंपराओं को भी अभिव्यक्ति मिले। तो सबसे पहले उन विद्वजनों ने ये जानने का प्रयास किया कि रामायण की मूल कथा क्या है। मैं आपको बताना चाहती हूँ कि संस्कृत साहित्य में एक श्लोक है जो पूरी रामायण की मूल कथा को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, और वो श्लोक है, आप देख भी रहे हैं, आदौ राम तपोवनादिगमनम हत्वा मृगकांचनम वैदेही हरणम जटायुमरणम सुग्रीव संभाषणम वाली निर्दलनम समुद्रतरणम लंकापुरी दाहनम पश्चात रावण कुंभकर्ण हननम एतद्धि रामायणम एतद्धि रामायणम। अर्थात राम का तपोवन आदि में जाना, स्वर्ण मृग को मारना, सीता का हरण, जटायु की मृत्यु, सुग्रीव के साथ संधि, वाली वध, समुद्र तरण, लंकापुरी का दहन और अंत में कुंभकर्ण और रावण का हनन, ये रामायण की मूल कथा है। और ये मूल कथा आप देखेंगे कि विश्व की सभी रामायणों में देखने को मिलती है। तो राजा राम एक की प्रेरणा को ध्यान में रखकर और इस मूल कथा को आधार बनाकर उन विद्वजनों ने रामायण के साहित्य को थाई परिस्थितियों के रूप में रूपांतरित किया। अर्थात जैसे शीर्षक में भी आप देख रहे हैं, रामकियन रामायण का थाई रूप, और उसमें वीरता, सतर्कता, देशभक्ति और अनुशासन पर बल देने के लिए उनके द्वारा युद्ध संबंधी कई नए प्रसंग भी जोड़ दिए गए। और इस प्रकार उन विद्वजनों के माध्यम से राजा राम एक के नेतृत्व में रामाकियन सामने आई। अब रामाकियन रामकीर्ति कैसे बनी? हालांकि रामाकियन का नाम है, रामाकियन का अर्थ होता है राम की कीर्ति, संस्कृत में इसे रामकीर्ति कहते हैं। 1932 में गुरुदेव रविन्द्रनाथ टैगोर ने स्वामी सत्यानंद पुरी जी को थाईलैंड भेजा। वहाँ जाकर उन्होंने थाई भाषा का गहन अध्ययन किया और उसको करने के पश्चात उन्होंने थाईलैंड के विशाल ग्रंथ रामाकियन को संक्षिप्त रूप में अंग्रेजी में प्रस्तुत किया रामकीर्ति के रूप में। और इस संक्षिप्त प्रस्तुति को करते समय उन्होंने इस बात का ध्यान रखा कि थाई देश की संस्कृति, कला, भाषा, रीति रिवाज, वहाँ पर पाए जाने वाले मूल्य आदि सब कुछ इसमें आ जाए, कहीं कोई चीज़ छूट ना जाए। उसी संक्षिप्त प्रस्तुति का हिंदी में अनुवाद थम्मासाद विश्वविद्यालय बैंकॉक की हिंदी पीठ पर अभ्यागत आचार्य डॉक्टर करुणा शर्मा अर्थात मैंने किया। उसी अनुवाद को आधार बनाकर उसमें वर्णित घटनाओं और पात्रों के माध्यम से इस तथ्य को खोजने का भी प्रयास किया है, क्या रामकीर्ति मूल्यपरक जीवन जीने का संदेश देती है? यदि रामकीर्ति के पात्रों में किसी मूल्य का अवमूल्यन होता है तो उसके कारण क्या हैं, उसके परिणाम क्या होते हैं और उस अवमूल्यन से कैसे बचा जा सकता है? किसी पात्र का कोई मूल्य कैसे आदर्श की स्थापना करता है? तो अपने वक्तव्य को आगे बढ़ाऊं इससे पहले मैं आपको थोड़ा सा संक्षेप में ये बताना चाहती हूँ कि मूल्य क्या होते हैं। जिन मान्यताओं के आधार पर हम अपने को, अपने समाज को न केवल धारण और व्यवस्थित कर पाते हैं बल्कि दोनों में निहित लोक मांगलिक संभावनाओं को चरितार्थ भी करते हैं, उन्हें मूल्य कहा जाता है। दूसरे शब्दों में अगर हम ये कहें कि मूल्य एक ऐसी आचरण संहिता या सद्गुणों का समूह है जिन्हें अपनाकर मानव अपनी जीवन पद्धति का निर्माण करता है। कुछ विद्वान मानते हैं कि मूल्य सकारात्मक भी होते हैं और नकारात्मक भी होते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर मेरी दृष्टि उनसे भिन्न है। मेरा ये मानना है कि मूल्य मूल्य होते हैं, वे सत्यम शिवम सुंदरम के साथ शुभगामी भी होते हैं, जबकि नकारात्मक प्रवृत्तियां होती हैं। जब किसी भी मूल्य में ये नकारात्मक प्रवृत्तियां प्रवेश कर जाती हैं तो मूल्य का अवमूल्यन होता है। कुछ विद्वान ये मानते हैं कि मूल्य जैविक और पराजैविक जैविक दो प्रकार के होते हैं। जैविक मूल्य या शारीरिक मूल्य में स्वरक्षा, जिजीविषा, भूख, काम तुष्टि आदि आते हैं, जबकि पराजैविक मूल्य में सामाजिक, पारिवारिक, स्त्री पुरुष संबंधी, आर्थिक, राजनीतिक आदि मूल्य आते हैं।
May kindly conclude.
अब इसमें मैं कुछ ऐसी घटनाओं का जिक्र जरूर करना चाहूँगी। मैं 5 मिनट लूँगी आपसे। इन कुछ घटनाओं का जिक्र करना चाहूँगी जिसमें हम मूल्यों को देख सकते हैं। जैसे बाली का आत्मसम्मान। रामायण में एक घटना वर्णित है कि एक बाण से बाली की, जब राम द्वारा चलाया गया बाण द्वारा बाली जब मृत्यु को प्राप्त हो जाता है, होने वाला होता है, तो राम को ये अनुभव होता है कि बाली को मरने नहीं देना चाहिए। राम बाली से खून की आधी बूंद देने का अनुरोध करते हैं ताकि वे उससे अपने ब्रह्मास्त्र की पूजा कर सकें और बाली के अपराध को काट सकें। वे जब बाली को ये बताते हैं कि ऐसा करने पर उसके शरीर के बाल के 7वें भाग जितना छोटा दाग उसके शरीर पर रह जाएगा, तो बाली राम की इस प्रार्थना को अस्वीकार कर देता है। उसका मानना है कि दाग छोटा सा ही क्यों ना हो, यदि वो दिखाई देता है तो वो अपमान का पात्र बन जाएगा। और बाली जो इंद्र का बेटा था, ऐसे शर्मनाक प्रस्ताव को स्वीकार नहीं कर पाया और इस घटना से राम कीर्तिकार लोगों में आत्मसम्मान के भाव का प्रसार करना चाहते हैं। अच्छा, बस एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात, हनुमान की काम तुष्टि की मर्यादा। राम कीर्ति के हनुमान में काम तुष्टि मूल्य मर्यादित रूप में दिखाई देता है। वे भी राम कीर्ति में हनुमान सुंदर स्त्री को और आकृष्ट होते हैं, उसके प्रेम में भी पड़ जाते हैं, किंतु जब उनकी विशेषता ये है कि जब उस स्त्री द्वारा उनके प्रेम को स्वीकार कर लिया जाता है तभी वे आगे बढ़ते हैं। राम कीर्ति में वर्णित पुष्माली, वेंजाकिया, सुवर्ण मच्छा आदि सभी के प्रसंगों में हनुमान का उनके साथ मर्यादित आचरण देखा जा सकता है। असुरफद और मच्छानु हनुमान के पुत्र के रूप में राम कीर्ति में वर्णित किए गए हैं। इन्हीं 2 घटनाओं के साथ मैं अपने वक्तव्य को समाप्त करती हूँ और आप सब लोगों का हृदय से धन्यवाद करती हूँ कि आपने मुझे धैर्यपूर्वक सुना और मुझे इस मंच पर बोलने के लिए आमंत्रित किया। धन्यवाद।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपका वक्तव्य हम लोग फिर कभी और विस्तार से सुनना चाहेंगे। आचार्य नरेराज, आचार्य नितिन।
Yes.
Professor Nitinand is Dean of Thamsat University.
Dean of Thamsat University, brilliant lady and brilliant scholar and very popular professor.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. I am here for the forum of the Thai Indo Ramayana Forum, and I think the objective for this forum is to draw ideas and opinions about our future collaboration so that we can bring the knowledge and wisdom of Ramayana to the best practice, and finally people can also learn and utilize the wisdom of Ramayana to their own daily lives. So what I like to share, my view is that I was the Dean of International College and also had a chance to be Vice Rector for International Affairs. And during those times, I had great opportunities to attend many activities initiated by Embassy of India in Thailand and also many institutions in India. So I had many opportunities to learn about the Ramayana. although I'm not the expert, I'm truly a beginner. But for me, I'm very interested in the wisdom of the Ramayana. When I was young, I had several chances to see paintings at the Emerald Buddha Temple. And what I can learn is that I enjoy looking at those paintings and enjoy listening to a number of stories that my teachers told me. But honestly, I couldn't remember. Honestly, when time went by, what I could only memorize and had a very high appreciation is the arts that are very beautiful, very delicate, very fine. That's it. I couldn't appreciate the virtues or the wisdom that the Ramayana or Ramakien in Thailand had given or had influenced the lives of people. So when I grew up and I had chance to see Khon, for example, that Ajahn Narirat had performed like yesterday, then I greatly appreciated that, oh, Khon is not just the art, but this is the wisdom, is the treasure of mankind. And where does the Khon come from? It comes from Ramayana. That was the beginning point for me to start learning about the Ramayana. And then when I had a nephew, I bought an encyclopedia, a very small set of the book of the Ramayana, consisting of 40 books of the Ramayana. And I gave my nephew when he was only about 7 or 8 months old. And his mother told me that how could he read that? How could he understand that? And I told my sister-in-law that it's your job. You have to read this to your son. And she did that. She read this cartoon, which in the form of encyclopedia, the story of Ramakien or Ramayana to his son. Believe it or not, she read that every night as a bedtime story. And when my nephew grew up, when he was 4 years old, we went to see Khon. And he was only one who had open eyes watching the performance from beginning to the end while his parents were falling asleep. And then he enjoyed that. When he came home, he told me the whole stories of what he saw, and impressively, he could also let me know that the performance was different from what he had listened to his mom stories. You see, 4-year-old boy could memorize all the stories, and he can finally tell others. And from that time until now he is about 15 years old, he has a very high interest in the arts, and that was beginning of his life, in the interest in the arts. So this is the great aspiration for me, that if we would like to do anything or to educate or to nurture people, we can't wait until we are getting at this age. We have to start from the very young age, young children. And who can do that? Parents and teachers. It's really our jobs, parents and teachers, who can play their great role. So if we are going to make the Thai Indo Ramayana Forum to be meaningful and beneficial and mostly influential to the society, what we really need to do is to incorporate family, parents, teachers, so that we can have children in our society. And then they can be nurtured, they can be educated, and finally, they learn wisdom, they learn virtues from the Ramayana. that will become the very sustainable forum and a great influence and benefits that the Thai Indo Ramayana can bring about to society. So this is what I like to encourage, that in the future, if we are going to look at the 4th Ramayana conference, we should have another one session or maybe a big part for children to learn, to take part, and of course, to show their performance as well. That will be the platform for all of them to learn among each other. So that is what I really like to encourage, and that is actually from my own experience. And in addition, just another point, I am now Dean of Development Studies, School of Development Studies. I'm more engaged in the community development, and I saw one of the slide you mentioned about rural areas. At the moment, we have to admit that in Thailand in particular, the study of Khon or study of Ramayana are perhaps more oriented in the urban areas, schools in the cities. So if we could bring this study or the knowledge and wisdom to the rural areas as well in some other forms, not just only in the formal education, but also in the play, in the drama, in the performance, whatsoever, then we can also share this wisdom and knowledge to them. So that means the forum or whatever conferences, seminars, whatever you may call, that will take place in the future should also add on or incorporate the schools, universities, institutions in rural areas as well. Allow them to come and take part in this World Ramayana conference in the future. Don't think about the language. There is no barriers. People in rural areas may not understand English, they don't understand Hindi, they understand only Thai, but that's truly fine. We have people who can do translation for them. Don't let the language to be the barriers. We can exchange knowledge and wisdom and think about people who are not having access to this knowledge in the city. So think about the children, think about people in the rural area as well, so that we finally can disseminate this wisdom and finally treasure the heritage that we have. So this is what I like to share. Thank you very much.
Apkun Khap, thank you very much. And thank you very much for your wisdom and your guidance. And may I tell you that most of your suggestions are being carried on by Dr. Gumashta, and there is a school, Ramayana school here. But nevertheless, we can take your views back to Thailand also and go into remote areas where in these schools where we go usually in Thailand and other places, and then we can involve the community. And that is one. The second thing, you are yourself a dean, so we'll take your help in extending this knowledge and wisdom among the youngsters, young students. And when we call them, we will also call their parents together so that your concept of family can be further. The message of Ramayana can be further conveyed through individual to the family and then to the society. Thank you very much, Achan Sombat. Would you like to say something, please, very briefly?
Dr. Sombat is invited on the stage, on the dais, please.
He is a director
in
of
between,
Sanskrit
I would
Studies
like to interrupt. We have with us from Belur Math Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Nirvikalpanandji Maharaj. I would like him to come on the dais and Dr. Raghavendra Gumashta to escort him to the stage, please. Ek chair.
Swamiji should come. Please go ahead.
We have with us Swami Swatmanandji Maharaj. We welcome him. Professor Sombat.
Distinguished scholars, distinguished guests, good morning to everyone. I'm very happy to be on the stage for the second time in this Third World Ramayana Conference here. As the Sanskrit student of the Pattamasri Kuruma Professor Chirapat Papanvitaya, I'm really happy to be in this, the Ramayana forum, IndoThai forum for the Ramayana. So I took my responsibility for Sanskrit Study Center, Silpakorn University, for 4 years. This is my third year. I follow my Guruji's footsteps, who promote Sanskrit study in Thailand for 50 years ago. So in our university, we have the MA level and PhD level for Sanskrit study. In our curriculum, we have a lot of Sanskrit, but one of the most important things in our curriculum is the Indian great Itihasa or epics, that is Ramayana and Mahabharata. I remember that I went here for the 2nd World Ramayana Conference in 2020 in the month of February. It started at the Valentine's Day. I come on 14th of February. So when I went here and I saw the activities of the Ramayana conference and all scholars and all devotees here. Actually, in our university, we have to revive our curriculum every 5 years. When we went back to Thailand, I was inspired by this activity in the World Ramayana Conference. Professor Chirapat Prapanvitaya advised us to make more subjects related to Ramayana. One of the subjects that we add to our curriculum is the leadership found in Ramayana. We add to our curriculum for the MA level student. Why we make the emphasis on the Ramayana? Because you see, as the Sanskrit study, as the Sanskrit student, I learned from Professor Chirapat that in Thai language, we have more than 50% of Sanskrit and Pali loanwords. This is quite amazing. You see, when you go to Thailand, if you listen to Thai television, the news on the television, you may notice some Sanskrit loanwords in Thai language easily. When I asked my student to take off all Sanskrit and Pali loanwords from their writing or their speaking, they can't communicate at all. This is in the linguistic perspective that Sanskrit is really important for our language. But for the Ramayana, we have the great idea from the Ramayana, the Itihasa of India, like the idea of leaderships. You see, in Thailand, we have the monarchy. The present monarchy, that is Chakri dynasty. The king of the present dynasty is the King Rama the 10th. All king of this dynasty, they was named after Sri Ram, that is Rama. So this is very important to Thai people because they believe in the Ram Raj, and that is the ideal king for Thai people. So when I was here and I came here again in this Ramayana conference, I would like to extend my idea about how to promote the Indo-Thai relation through this itihasa, that is Ramayana, that is very, very important for our both country, especially the idea of the King Marayada and Ramaraj, the ideal king, the good characteristic of kings and people. That is very, very interesting and very important for our country. I'm very happy to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Khapkun Khap, thank you very much. And all these suggestions are very practical, and we need your help also in implementing those suggestions. Achan Kitipong would like to say something? No. Okay. Achan Harirat would like to express your views, something on that? Please. And thank you once again for your brilliant performance yesterday. Thank you.
I'm very exciting again. Thank you for Dr. Kumasta and Professor Jirapat and everyone on stage who give me from experience and opportunities. Thank you everyone in here. Thank you for give the opportunity and a good experience again. Here I am only the knowledgeable person, but I'm really lucky and I have a good lucky. I was to be among all these guru and master. Thank you again, and thank you everyone for appreciate my performance. But it's a little beauty compared the grade of the cone in Thailand. And I promise I'll come back again if I have the opportunity in the future. And I want to say important one thing. I love India, I love Ramayana, and I recognize everything in here. And I respect on in the Sri Ram, Om Sri Ram. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you.
Before,
thank you, Achan. Just one question. If we send some girls from here, can you teach them dancing Ramayana dances? Thank you very much. We need your help.
Thank you. Her performance
So
was
thank
there
you with
second
this.
time. Yeah.
Yes, her performance was so good that the people wanted it to be repeated, which she did in spite of her busy schedule and her. Now the chairperson.
This is also one good activity. We can send Indian students to learn Khon in Thailand, and I can send some students here to learn the Indian Ramlila. That will also good background for this.
Khon performance is the dancing performance. Now, before we conclude, before Amrit Narayan ji conclude, I would like that Honorable Param Pujya Swami ji to speak a few words, little for 5 minutes. So, from there only, or he is from Ramakrishna Mission, Calcutta, Belur Math.
To us. Thank you, Swamiji.
distinguished personalities, the dais, and all the honorable members. I wish I could have narrated something, but sorry to say that I am suffering from this dry cough for the last few days. So I don't know how far I would be able to express my feelings. Well, nothing to say especially about Ramayana, as all of you are well versed with, scholarly persons. Let me take you back to the year 1965. I was a student of class 10th at that time in Almora, currently in Uttarakhand. One of our science teachers, Satyabrat Tiwari, happens to be disciple of Nim Karoli Baba. Quite a good number of participants here do know about this Nim Karoli Babaji. So Nim Karoli Baba was very much fascinated towards youngsters, and whenever he used to get chance, he used to visit our schools, colleges like that. So being initially a disciple of Nim Karoli Baba, our science teacher, Satyabrat Tiwari ji, he also used to motivate us too much towards Ramayana, Ramcharitmanasa, read it, memorize those. 2 or 3 verses he used to quote again and again and again and again, just in order to increase the human values, inculcate the human values in life. He used to say, Binu satsang vivek na hoi, Ram kripa bin sulabh na soi. Now question is, Ram kripa is already there. It is very much Ram kripa is there. But hardly you are ready to catch that Rama Kripa. For that mentally we have to get prepared, mentally more purity is to be required. Another verse he used to say, Santa Hridaya Navanita Samana Kaha Kavinaha Katai na Jana Nij Paratap Dramai Navanita Aur Rahitap Susant Punita. It's a well-established fact, Tulsidas says in Ramayana, Ramcharitmanasa, that it's a well-established fact that has been made by the poets of our years, that the heart of any saintly person, any saint, irrespective of whether he is leading a household life or has renounced the word as such, but is trying his level best to lead a perfect and pure life, his heart tantamounts to a navanit, means butter. But Tulsidas opines that hardly such poets don't know anything, least about the heart of sadhus or such pious people, holy people, especially those who have been totally oriented by the characters of Rama, Hanumana, like that. Why? Because butter gets melted only when heat is being provided to that. But if the same butter is kept inside the refrigerator, hardly it would get melted out. But the heart of any such person who is closely associated by the teachings of Rama, or he is trying his level best to translate the teachings of Rama in his day-to-day life, he can melt even after the seeing plight of others. Now let me conclude with the life incident of that Satyabrat Tiwari ji. 65, those days, still nowadays the same system is in operation. External examiners used to visit to other colleges. So in UP, one place is called Gola Gokrannath. So Gola Gokrannath Government Inter College, that Satyabrat Tiwari ji was appointed as physics external examiner. They came there, took examinations practical, was returning back to Almora. Only one train used to be there, Lucknow Kathgodam Express. By the time he reached there, in the station, the train had already taken its speed. It was led by some few, 5 or 7 minutes. This is an incident, a modern mind or a student of science, he won't be able to develop faith on this incident, but it's true, 100% true. Listen with rapt attention, please. But finding no any other alternative, he had to rush. He rushed, he ran and catch hold of those handles that Satyabrat Tiwari, by the time train has taken its speed. But if he misses this train, again tomorrow night, for that 24 hours, he would be wasting his time. He was a bachelor, very big scholar of Ramayana, was leading a perfect life of aspirant. He thought that people from inside will open the gate. The moment they will notice that somebody is hanging outside holding the handle of the train, within no time people would open it. That gate was closed from inside. But just look at the irony of the fate. Nobody opened. Though somebody noticed, but never that point stuck in their mind, well, it becomes my important role rather to open the gate and to catch hold of that passenger. Train was in its full speed. Think of those nights of January in hilly areas. Gradually, he was getting frozen down. His grip was becoming loosen. He had made up in his mind that very soon I'm going to embrace the death in my life. Within no time, both of the hands were totally removed because of that speed and that breeze, cold wind, chilly wind. And he just was hanging on that platform, wooden platform of that bogie. In the meantime, he felt something, that some support, external support is being given to me. He tried his level best to notice that what that support is. Only that much he noticed that one very strong hand, not full form, not full figure, he was able to see. Only one hand was holding him from that his back, like this, and very strong hand with hairs on his hands, with big nails. The moment he noticed that hand holding him from his back, he could make it out that it is nothing else but the hand of Hanumanji, he himself. Hanuman has, why? Hanumanji was his chosen deity. To an apparent man, he became senseless. But as per the grammar of scripture, he went into ecstasies. After about 1.5 hours, when the next platform comes, next station comes, people noticing, my God, that fellow is simply hanging. That goes against the theory of gravity. It was more than 80% inclined towards outside. None of those people, those passengers, those general lay people were able to look the hand or anything else. Only and only they were noticing that one fellow is hanging that way. The train stopped. They rushed, caught him, took him. Gradually, he was in his conscious level. They took him inside the bogie. Incidents ends here itself. Next day morning, he reaches there, Almora. He submits his resignation without waiting the acceptance of his resignation. He gave up his house, his life, and started staying in leading a perfect life of yogi, tapasvi, in Patal Devi. Almora, one place is there, one temple is there of goddess Kali, Patal Devi. There is a guru. When this incident we came, we were just teenagers, 15 years old at 65. We also went there. Personally, that was a great opportunity of mine, I should say, at this age of 72, that one of the biggest of opportunities in my life ever I had was to serve that real devotee of Hanumana. Then he gave me these sermons. He told, my dear boy, no need of wasting your time here anymore. You go back, you complete your education, and if it is possible for you, since you are very much inclined towards Swami Vivekananda, I know that Vivekananda's literature you have got by heart well enough. You may follow Vivekananda's teachings, but at this point you have to give me in words that whenever you are finding yourselves amongst the youngsters, you have to preach the lives and teachings of Rama, of Ramayana, of Hanumana and all that. By his grace, still today, I am doing my level best, and that way I am fortunate enough, I feel myself so blessed, and I am really thankful and express my gratitude to Dr. Gomastaji to invite me and to provide me this opportunity of being this august dais with these words. I pray to Lord Hanumana, Rama, to bless all of us so that we would become real heir of his teachings. Namaskar.
So, a short conclusion by Amrit Narayanji, please.
No, we are grateful. We are grateful to you, Dr. Shah, for bringing us, giving us this privilege of listening to the wisdom of respected Swamiji. The Navneet, with his Navneet heart, he has, the respected Swamiji invoked Lord Rama's blessings upon us. And thank you, respected Swamiji. We need your blessings continuously for the success of the conference, not only the conference, but in our personal life as well. Now we conclude our session.